Hey guys, James the Cigar Gazer here, making a video about the Infinity Kappas. My last video, I showed a video of the Infinity Kappas 6x8s and tweeters, and then I made an install video showing the install of these. And so then I promised I'd make a review about them. So yeah, let me let you guys know what happened. So you cannot replace the speakers in the Lincoln THX system. Will not accept them. It will not accept them. So if your car has this THX system in it, it will not take the speakers. So what happens is the audio controller, what was it called? Audio control module, that's what it was called. The audio control module, when I put all four speakers in, it was sending, every time I start the car, it would send tones through the speakers, and they would be like a bass tones. It was sensing the current change, because the Infinity Kappas were 3 ohm and the speakers that are in there are 4 ohm. So the system is actually has a function that's actually checking the current, and it's actually seeing the difference in the current. And so what it does is it sends a signal out and it tests the speakers are there. So it listens, and it's like, okay, speakers are there, and then it's fine after that. But it does it every single time you start the car. And so then I said, okay, let me try keeping only the backs in. I took out the backs, left the original fronts in, and it was putting the fake engine noise through the entire system the whole time, like revving it up. So, you know, that's one downfall, is that fake engine noise. Yeah, I tried shutting it off with the tuner. I forgot what it's called now, but there's a tuner you can buy. You can go into the computer and you can change the settings on it. Still wouldn't stop. So I said, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with this. So the THX is still pretty damn good. I mean, the Infinity Kappas are much better. I'll talk about those in a minute, but the original THX system is much better. So I went ahead and I put back the speakers, and that's it. It's fine now. It's not doing anything. So luckily I was able to keep the front tweeters Infinities. So it looks like it doesn't have any issue with that small current for the tweeters. So I got the Infinity Kappa tweeters. At least I have those in the front, in the pillars. You can't put them in the doors, because in the doors, here, let me show you. In the doors, it's one piece tweeter. This whole thing, can you see? Sorry, I can't see things. Yeah, so this whole piece right here has to come out, and you can't separate the tweeter from this housing. So at least in the door pillars in the front, this right here, the housing is one big piece here. You take it off, and the housing is one big round thing. So I was able to just take it out and put in another tweeter. But the doors, you can't do that, because it's like one built-in tweeter here. So I wasn't able to change these tweeters. So I was able to keep, like I said, I was able to keep in the tweeters in the front. So that's where I'm sitting anyways. Sounds great. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a sub. So I had a 2010 Lincoln MKS with the THX sound, and I had put many subs in there, never had a problem. So as long as it doesn't have a drain on the system. So I had a Alpine M1000, was it 1000? Yeah, 100 or 1000. It had high level inputs, and so it had resistors on it, so it wouldn't show any drain on the source. So that's why it didn't have a problem. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go ahead and grab just an Infinity Kappa sub. I could get Alpine. They're the same exact material, same build, but the Alpines are 900 RMS, and it's like $300 more. The Kappa 600 RMS, so it's 300 RMS difference. I'm gonna get what, 1 dB maybe from the difference, maybe one. Yeah, maybe. Nah, I don't even think 2 dB. I think 1 dB for 300 watts. You have to double the power to actually really get a decibel gain. So like if it was a 1200 watt subwoofer, then yeah, then you would get more. So they're the same build material, same type of spider, same, you know, same magnets. So I like Infinity in a way. I like Harman products, so I think I'm gonna throw it in. I'm gonna find one on Amazon and get a Infinity Kappa amp, or a JL, depending on whatever one I find with the easiest high level connectors that I can put in. Then I'm gonna have to run the 4-gauge wire again from the front to the back. Last time I couldn't find a way through the cab, so I went underneath the car. It wasn't bad. I had it for 2 years like that and never had a problem. I had a really good wire with really thick housing for it. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm think leave the original 6x8s in. Can't do anything about it. But like I said, the Infinity Kappas tweeters you're able to keep in. So if you want to do something with the Lincoln, don't mess with it. I was able to keep the tweeters, but that's on you if you want to mess with the tweeters and leave and try to change them out, but it does improve the sound. So okay, so that's about the install. So let's talk about the speakers. So here they are. They're sitting here now. I got 4 Infinity Kappa 6x8s that I am stuck with because I threw away the box, and I can't return them without the box, so I'm kind of stuck with these. But let me tell you guys, the sound is great. The bass response, it really improved the bass response. In the Lincoln, you can see the mirror start shaking more than it was. So just by changing these, it really did increase the bass, and the highs are much better. These are also silk dome tweeters, just like the ones in the Lincoln, but they sound much better. Just the design. And then they also have it where they point to you, which is nice. So the bass response on them, they were pretty good. And mind you this, I was only giving it the 50 RMS that the Lincoln gives. These guys are 100 RMS. So if I actually were to just drop the money and actually get amplifiers for this car and rerun all the wires, so then it doesn't see any drain on the system, and it would work. These speakers here, you wouldn't need to add any subs to the car. The bass response is really good, and the highs are really good. The mid was pretty good. They don't go low, so like I was saying in the other video, they don't go low. They don't go down past what did they say, 35? No, 40 hertz. I think it said 40 hertz. They said 40 hertz. They don't go past 40 hertz. So that's why you still would need a sub for those lows, you know. So I think that the system now doesn't even go that low anyways. There's a 10 in there, but when I put the sub in, the Alpine, or either Alpine or the Infinity sub in, they'll go down to 22 hertz, and then it'll sound much better. But yeah, so yeah, just for my review of these guys, this Infinity Kappa, they're really good. The what do you call them, the highs were more crisp. So depending on what you like, the highs could be a little harsh, but you can always lower the tone, and so they won't be as harsh. I actually like it. I like a little bit harsher. I like a little bit harsher sound. I like to hear that and feel that twinge, is that what you want to call it? So yeah, so it depends on what you like, your preferences. So you might not like it, but you might not, but for me it was really good. And then like I said, the lows down to 40 hertz, you know, they were really good. If I would have had an amp on them, they would have been, I wouldn't need to put another amp in here, another sub in here. They were pretty good. So yeah, so what else was there? Yeah, they got this little attenuator button on there. That's another thing a lot of people don't know. So basically it like adds resistance, a slight resistance to the speaker, so you can either increase or decrease the treble, the output of this compared to your mids. That's what it's basically for. So like if you have way more high than mids, then you can press the button, or if you have way more mids than high, then you can depress the button. They have that, which a lot of guys put it down, but it's nice that they gave it to you, a little option on there. You know, it's a little bit more premium than other manufacturers. So like I said, these are all fiberglass drivers, which I like fiber drivers. They hold up really well, and then they won't deteriorate. And these ones have a pretty good stroke. You can see the stroke on there. For 6x8s, that's a big stroke right there. How much it can move, basically. But yeah, so so my final determination, guys, the speakers are really good. They're much better than the originals, the THX sound, and the THX is really good already. So that tells you how much better the Infinities are. They give you a crisper high. The voice, the bass of a voice, it's much more pronounced. I mean, it's not as good as my Lexicon and this guy. I have this car, I have the Lexicon. This is a phenomenal system here. See, it's got that Lexicon, 21 speakers or something like that. It's not up to that quality as the Lexicon. That's just superb sound. But if you're looking for something that is 10 times better than what you have at stock system, then yeah, I would recommend Infinity Kappas. Just because, and also it's Harman, you get good customer service with them. But yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I know I didn't give the greatest review. I was more interested in letting people know who have a Lincoln that if they were going to try to change the speakers, about what I encountered during the install. But yeah, next time I will make sure I keep every single thing. There's another tip: make sure you keep every single piece of the old system available right away. So what happened was I didn't know, my wife didn't know, and she actually had thrown out one of the speakers. So I actually had to go and try to find one. They're hard to find because they're like $100 if you go to Ford. So I was lucky enough someone on eBay actually had it, and I actually was able to get it and put it back in. So yeah, just one tip, guys: if you're changing out something, keep your old stuff until you're 100% certain, installed perfectly well, that you don't need it anymore before you lose it. So all right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, let me know. I can give you a little bit more details on what happened with the install and the Infinities. And yeah, if you want these 6x8s, I'll cut someone a deal out and I'll send them to you if you want these 6x8s. I threw away the box, like I said, so I can't return them to Amazon where I got them from Harman's store on Amazon. So all right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching.